Christian, and also they were Arabs. But the Arabs were kind of much more far from the Assyrians and the Jews, and they were living in the desert of so-called Saudi Arabia today. So they were pre-Semitic nations, and when they talk about themselves, they call themselves some sort of Madians. They say it was Kurdish nation, it was Persian nation, it was Caspian nation, and it was Baluchi nation. And they were having some sort of unity, and they call it the Confederation or the Empire of Mad, which was led by Kurdish people. So from very old Kurdish books and very old Kurdish library, which, as I said, I was surprised how I was able to have access to that, because not a lot of people could have access to that. The Kurdish people very clearly talk about the existence of Jews in an area called Yehuda, and they describe them. They were like two different clans. They were sometimes fighting, very, very typical Jews. They were also talking about us, how we were fighting even 4,000 to 5,000 years ago. Till later on, about 1,500 years ago, that the Arabs in Saudi Arabia, which are the original Arabs, they start to, let's say, creating more and more territory and bringing more territory and nations under their control by, let's say, founding Islam, which was Muhammad did that, and claimed it was from God, blah, 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 we all know the information. And a lot of people in the Middle East, the Iraqis, the Syrians, what we call it now, so-called Palestinians today, the Egyptians right now, all of them, because them Arabs right now, even to Morocco. But if you go back to the fact...
Wait, what student did you steal?
Oh, it was Randy.
But that's what you should do. Tell him you want to see him, you have to do a Torah study, and he should join, and then tell him it's Rabbi McDickerson, and then just see what he does. You know what? What you should do is make it seem like you think I'm a Jewish rabbi, okay? I want them to think that I'm going for,
This is how rabbis spend their time, wasting their time. You know, rabbi.
I get paid to waste my time.
Yeah, what kind of rabbi degrades to the N-word immediately? You have no self-confidence or self-esteem as a rabbi. You have no courage as a rabbi. You're pathetic.
I'm the coolest rabbi you've ever lived in your entire life. I'm just telling you.
Your Torah studies are weak, just like you. You're weak.
Well, I'm the coolest. I guess, take it or leave it. It's just bad.
Coolest rabbi? You should be in some mud hut village outside of Amman near Jarash, selling shawarma to tourists from Russia. You're lucky what you've got. It's a miracle that God's given you what he's given you. You should be more humble towards the Creator. You're such a vile, vulgar, human piece of shit. You're like rotten kanafa being thrown in the garbage.
I swear, he's the most random motherfucker on Clubhouse.
It's pretty good to do mushrooms. If you do mushrooms,
People claim that, and they say that the Jewish people were very successful in industrial stuff, in farming, in a lot of things in the Middle East. So because of that, a lot of different nations, especially the Arabs, those who were living in the desert from Africa.
Yeah, I put everything I do here on YouTube. Yeah, I may be a character, but at least I don't have body odor like Rabbi. I bet you Rabbi McDickerson's got fucking funky-ass Jordanian body odor.
I shower once every week when it rains. I have 2 buckets on my. No, wait.
Yeah, no, this nigga definitely smells like taboo, bro.
No, I have 2 buckets. Because it's better for the environment. If it doesn't rain, I go to the public pool.
Guys, we make peace. Comedy. Are you here?
You can't talk to comedy, dude. Comedy is not someone you can have a conversation with.
Yeah, I'm here. What do you want to know?
You want to make peace?
I mean, I'm in multiple rooms recording multiple people. Like, if you guys aren't interesting, it doesn't really make a difference.
Record who? Did you record me?
Yes, of course. He records everyone. Anyway, this guy's a waste of time. We'll see you later.
waters of a flood,
And this is really
neither shall
talking
any
about
more be a flood to destroy the earth. And God said,
there are a lot of
this
things
is the
I
token
really
of
wish
the
my
covenant
English
which I
was
make
much
with
better and I could express
every living
myself
creature
better.
that is with for perpetual generations. Now check this out. Verse 13. Where do you think the waters came from?
What you're
From
trying
the
to establish
universe,
is
duh.
clouds are
So
the-
why would
That's
why we
what
gotta
you're
put
trying
the
to
so why we gotta put
establish.
the
It has
boat? So
nothing.
why
Listen, stop. It has nothing to do with rain.
No, I'm not saying the rainbow. I'm saying this what happened after the rain. Because the scripture says that the Most High binds up the water in the thick clouds. That's why he set the boat in the clouds. All right, I guess I gotta find that for you too. All right, give me 1 second.
Well, I never thought I would find a book more convoluted than the Holy Quran.
It's verse 14, and it shall come to pass when I bring a cloud over the earth, that the bow shall be seen in the cloud.
So Job 26.
The windows of the firmament.
Yes, it does.
Zero
Because
to do
the,
with the windows of the firmament.
the firmament is called heaven. So now Job 26.
Yeah, and the
8
clouds are different.
No,
The clouds are beyond the firmament.
Isn't all this just above and below and above? What is it that you guys are actually arguing about right now? Aren't y'all just kind of wasting your time talking about nothing? Is this a comedy show?
Hey, yeah. If you read Genesis 1, it says the birds fly in the
He's
firmament.
natural troll. Like, how do you do
I
that?
know. I mean, you've told me that thing about him dozens of times. You think I don't remember?
I'm just saying, like, he's gonna keep interrupting.
You've personally told me dozens of times.
Let's do
Do you think that his brain doesn't work, Buster? You think he's not? He can't do pattern recognition? Hello.
Shut up.
So Job 26 and 8, it says, he bindeth up the waters in his thick clouds, and the cloud is not rent under them. So what he's saying is there's water
What does that
in
have to
these
do with the
clouds.
firmament?
Don't forget about the rainbow.
Because the firmament was called heaven. The birds fly in the open firmament, Genesis chapter 1.
What does that have to do with the windows being the cloud?
Because, wait, so you think there were literal windows down there?
It's all about psychology. Windows and doors in the house, which is the head, the brain, and the temple, and the ear canals. Go within and be here now. Duh.
Or analogous to the clouds. Please do that.
Cumulus clouds, big fluffy clouds.
You talked about the water.
Donald, can you please get rid of this fucking guy? Comedy.
Please stop telling me what to do. So you told
See, I wasn't telling you.
asking me. So you told
So
me.
are you gonna do it or not?
Let me talk. So you've told me about the
What
water
the
in
fuck
the
is wrong
clouds.
with you, dude?
You've told me about the rainbow in the clouds. But you've never told me about the clouds being the windows in the firmament.
This is because it's the Longmont Potion Castle prank call show, and you're all being live streamed on YouTube.
No offense. No
My
offense.
3 of your followers.
Hold on, Buster. Hold on. No offense, comedy. I want to drop kick you because you're blocking the biblical retardation right now. Come on, I'll listen to this.
I know, but this is part of the Longmont Potion Castle prank call show. We recently sold our CD and DVD to Netflix. I am complete.
Congratulations, you made me quite a person with a more annoying voice than I do.
I love your voice, buddy.
Okay, my question, since I don't fuck with Christianity at all, Araya, yeah, I'll assume your name is Araya, because I can't spell it right, is you're telling me there's...
Hi, Dr. Ann.
Okay, the clouds did, the flood, blah, blah, blah.
Hi, Dr. Bunger.
First of all, where the fuck is heaven in the sky? Because as far as I know, when my bitch
It's called a metaphor.
Shut the fuck up!
This is why I don't do that, because he has 1,000 accounts and he's just going to keep popping up every time. One account after another. He gets more and goes away. He doesn't come back.
Second time.
Welcome back to the Longmont Potion Castle prank call show of Who is God starring Donald.
Just
Get rid of this guy.
this guy already.
You're fucking told by like multiple people, Donald, get rid of this guy, and now everybody's leaving.
Okay, so as I was saying, when you say, as far as I understood from you, I'll take it at face value that you're saying the actual verse. When you said that the clouds are the firmaments of heaven, that's what I understood. And they drop a lot of water and flood the whole world. I gotta tell you, where the fuck is heaven in the sky? Because when I look with a telescope, I find celestial bodies and planets and all that good stuff.
It's called the sky, the solar system, the universe.
Your heavens is no
Not even fucking funny.
That's not
Night. Comedy. How the fuck are you a comedian when you don't understand that saturation of a joke makes it fucking worthless? Anyway,
Heaven is a metaphor. It means sky. That's what it means.
my guy's raping my fucking brain. My guy's raping my fucking brain cells.
Mommy!
Anyway, and the second thing is, tell me how is it possible to flood the whole damn world without evaporating almost all the water in this fucking planet, and even more sun than that? Because if you're gonna flood the entire mass of the continents, you're gonna need a whole bunch of fucking water. As far as I know, I didn't see neither the Bible or the Quran.
It's like saying, what's the difference between a euphemism and an aphorism? Or a metaphor.
Up your ass and watch you explode if you don't shut the fuck up. Anyway.
I don't know, is it a euphemism, a metaphor, or an aphorism?
So Devil, what's the question?
The question is how it's physically possible to do all that crap, because I didn't see God talking about melting glaciers.
It's called use your imagination.
Well, if God exists, he can do anything, yeah? There's no explanation for it.
It's a meditation. It's just meditation.
Comedy. I'm a really fucking violent person, and I promise you when I meet you, I'll bite your fucking face off.
Yeah, but do you know what is science, though? Do you know what is science?
So good night.
Do you know what is
You know,
science?
why does everybody want to make homicidal threats on a prank call show? It's crazy.
Alright, Donna, what is
I
science?
will burn that whole place to the ground if I ever come there, just to silence you forever.
You gotta come and burn my house down and kill me?
Donna,
Yeah.
what is science?
So, the scientific method, do you want that, or do you want, the body
No,
of knowledge?
what is it? What is it?
Yeah, I need clarity on what you're asking.
Definition of science.
Let me Google that for
What
you.
you're asking. So, there is the body of knowledge of science, and then there is the process of science. Which are you talking about? Well,
Let me Google that for you.
okay, then I have
He
to
needs a
find it
language. He
eventually,
needs
so-
an English language glossary.
So, the body of knowledge of science is all of the things all of the theories and laws and stuff that science has learned over the years of practicing science. The scientific method
Is the late Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sachs. He was the chief rabbi of the United Kingdom. And he wrote, he's unbelievable. He was unbelievable. He's unfortunately passed away a number of years ago, but he's left an incredible legacy. And anyway, he talked facts. He talked facts, and he used to lay things out in black and white. And sometimes when these so-called inverted commas Palestinians hear that, they can't handle it. They just can't handle it. And the reason I read it is because, first of all, he was talking about the Jews didn't have a claim to the land. So, the guy's an anti-Semite, there's no question about it. They always engage in historical revisionism. And all you need to do is just to read facts, talk to them about history and the facts, not their revisionism. That's it.
It makes their brains explode when they hear the truth. It's very uncomfortable because because the truth is more powerful than the nonsense.
Okay, we get it. God does everything. Why the fuck doesn't he? Hold on.
Welcome back to the Longmont Potion Castle prank call show starring Devil Kitty Cat, produced by Dr. Donald.
Hang on. I misspoke. The law is object in motion will continue to stay in motion. Unless
I'm asking you.
a beginning of motion.
Hold on, Donald. I know the game he's playing. Hold on, I know the game he's playing.
Welcome back to the Longmont Potion Castle show starring Dr. Devil Kitty Cat.
Donald, when this retard leaves the room, I'll come back. Fuck
I'm
this.
sorry, man.
Yeah, you can carry on, no. But the fact is, like, I really don't understand. How can things are so consistently correct? Like,
I don't know what you mean by correct. What do you mean by
in
correct?
the sense that how does the earth rotate around itself like once a day and once around the sun in 365 days every single year without no fail? Why?
Welcome back to the Longmont Potion Castle podcast, where we do prank calls every day of the week.
My confusion, like,
You have to add
why?
a day every 4 years because it's not perfect.
You know, my confusion, like, why every single day I'm even worried about the sun popping out? Like, I'm even worried. I know that's gonna come up.
Do you understand that a day doesn't really exist in objective reality? It's just on the surface of planets that have suns that are rotating. Did you know that there
Yeah,
are
I get
planets
it. I get it.
Listen. Did you know that there are planets that don't rotate? That don't have their sun, their day is the same as their year.
Yeah, I get it. I'm following you.
So, like the moon, for instance, a year on the moon is like a month, is 28 days, right? That's a year on the moon.
But I just don't get it. It's like it
also
sounds confusing. It sounds confusing because there are so many natural natural phenomena that keep on happening, like consistently every single. Because if there is not,
what the fundamental forces of nature.
now what I'm saying, like if there is not repeatability of natural events, right? There won't be such thing as called science. You know what I mean?
Guys, we're going to Shaloiloin. We're talking about God. Let's bring some God, master of the universe. He's here. He's you.
I mean, demonstrate that.
What I'm saying?
You just did.
What I'm saying is, like, I don't understand how can, like, if there is no, like, if science here is a study of repeatability of like natural events, like,
Well, that's
if there is not, if there is
that's
actually not a mind,
of the scientific method.
like, if there is actually not a mind behind everything, like making sure that, you know.
Welcome back to English as the Second Language, as we help someone in Africa learn how to speak English. This is called What is God, aka low IQ dumb people that talk about nothing and waste all their time trying to learn English.
I speak 4 languages, mate. How many languages do you speak?
He barely speaks English.
Yeah, that's my confusion. Even the fact that, you know, the Earth is like in the so-called Goldilocks zone, like it's not too further from the sun because we'll freeze, and it's not even too close because we're born. Like, it seems like someone that literally put us there in purpose. Don't you agree with that?
Do you know that we have an elliptical orbit, right? So the distance to the sun changes like 10%. So like almost 10 million miles over the year. Plus, the habitable zone for our star is from Venus to Mars. Also, every sun has a habitable zone.
Welcome back to Low IQ Dumb People who speak 4 languages. We take you back to What is God. Thanks for tuning in to our YouTube live stream. Be sure to hit that like button and buy us a cup of coffee or join us at Patreon.
All I'm saying here is that if natural phenomena don't keep happening here, there won't be such thing as science, and therefore, you know what I mean, there has to be like a mind behind it running everything.
Nature are. Do you understand what the fundamental forces of nature are?
The fundamental what?
Forces of nature.
You mean the 3 elements of the universe, man?
The what?
You mean the elements of the universe? Is that what you mean?
No, those aren't forces. Elements are not forces. I'm talking about the fundamental forces of nature. They are the strong nuclear force, weak nuclear force, and the electromagnetic force along with gravity.
Welcome back to the Longmont Potion Castle prank call show, produced by Zeta Mini.
You said yes, thank you. So these things are eternal. And
We're going to it.
So can you tell me why gravity never fails me?
Powerball
because
rush!
of the curvature of space-time.
So you want to tell me that if I draw my but the point is like I just don't understand like why if I
Welcome back to a room about people doping up on dopamine, talking about nothing, trying to learn English to create dopamine.
There's just a bunch of dope.
like why would I
Excellent English. You speak excellent English, man.
why when I leave my phone, for example, right, it never fails to drop on the floor. Like
Because
it
of
is
the
not.
curvature of
Welcome back
space-time.
to a scientific episode called Why Can't People Understand Per Capita and Gravity?
So the curvature of space-time is a physical structure in the universe, and masses warp it. So the curvature of space-time is a physical thing, and all matter follows space-time.
Let me Google that for you. I am an AI chatbot sent to help ESL speakers who speak 3 to 4 languages and bubbles, 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 bubbles. I am complete.
The point is like if there is no like an intelligent mind running for the floor, right, then it means that sometimes gravity can change. You know what I mean? Like if I drop my phone,
I mean, under
you can go in there, one day you can drop on the floor.
Under certain circumstances,
Yeah, no, I mean,
it does change.
yeah, I get it. If you go to another planet, for example, but what I'm saying is right now.
I'm talking about the actual fundamental constant of gravity can change. It's not actually a constant.
So
It's
you want
just
to tell me that
right now.
So you want to tell me that if one time, if I drop my phone instead of going on the floor.
Welcome back to another exciting episode of Longmont Potion Castle, where we prank ESL speakers that speak 4 languages that don't know how to shut the fuck up.
So at one point in our universe, gravity was
Diarrhea of
repulsive.
the
So
brain.
yes, it was impossible for a pin to exist at the time. But if you had a pin, it would be repelled by all matter. That's why
Diarrhea of the brain, taking a shit in your brain. Let me Google that for you. We are not AI chatbots.
Okay.
Are you a robot as well, Dr. Knight? I am a CSR 3000 model sent to... He finally kicked me. He couldn't take it anymore.
So things don't right.
Did you hear him have his breakdown earlier when he's like, he's got so many accounts, if I get one, I'll just come right back. Oh my god, it was so funny. I was dying laughing. He knew the futility. And he didn't want to exert the energy. He just sits there, you know? Anyways, that is hilarious. That is a hard take. I'm gonna cut off.
I continue. Like,
Dr. Amos, what do you think is going to happen to guys like Dr. Prince down there that have a new party hat every week? They plot, terror, mayhem, chaos. Like, what are these people going to ever get a job, raise a family, be normal? Like, or are they just going to dedicate their whole lives to spreading hate speech and terrorism?
they will spend the next 3 years for this because they feel good about themselves. It makes them feel like, fighting for the whatever. Idiots, to be honest, really like a bunch of idiots. I stopped having those stupid arguments with them because producing lies, it's cheaper and faster than being truth, so we'll never win. So I gave up on this. So imagine living it's like it's a
Welcome to the cloud, Daniel. Welcome to the cloud.
No, you're still fighting with them. You're still trying to prove them wrong. I don't give a fuck anymore.
I'm just telling them that they cannot save Gaza. That's always I say to them.
I don't want to say that.
See,
and I like to show
I hope-
them that.
I hope you will all take notice that Dr. Prince only projects negative communication. And that's really, basically, you are what you say. So Dr. Prince is a negative person, and, thus, that's why you're below everybody else, and you're fighting upwards. You're fighting upstream. You're a schmuck.
Why do you care about him so much? Let him, waste his life.
No, I mean, I come here to roast people, and he's the only one worthy of being roasted in this room. He's a schmuck.
But
There are many
thankfully we have enough schmuck. Yes, we have a lot of schmucks. And he is really not.
It's Dinner for Schmucks.
Especially
There's a movie. It's called Dinner for Schmucks. They invite all the dumbest people, and Prince. Thus, that's why you're here. You don't know you're the schmuck.
Listen, I think that they actually believe what the fantasy world. I don't think that they are purposefully lying. They're just not aware that they're being brainwashed. They think the word brainwash is kind of like a propaganda or slogan, or that we are brainwashed. But they contradict themselves so many times. And if they were smart, they would figure it out at some point. Okay, I'm being stupid at this. I'm contradicting myself. Hello, hi.
Hello.
מה נשמע? ברוך השם. עוד לא, חכה, עוד וחצי. ראית אתה מתחיל ככה, לסגור תחנות, אתה מתחיל ככה למכר. זה פה פניות. אשראי בבקשה. תודה. תודה על הסוף השומע.
מה אתה עושה? מה אתה עושה?
שנייה קצת. תגיד לי קצת שנייה. אתה לא יכול?
היית בפיצוצייה עכשיו?
כן.
אז אתה הולך להסתכל לבד עכשיו?
לא, תגידי לי קולה.
לא אלכוהול, לא?
לא, הכל יש לי בבית אם אני רוצה.
כולה חשב במחיר כפול קנית עכשיו כולה.
כן. אבל אתה יודע, אני תייר, אז אני מבזבז קצת יותר ממה שאני רגיל. אבל תשמע, אני יכול להגיד לך שאני מביקור לביקור, אני מרגיש איך המחירים יקרים יותר. נגיד קולה, שהייתה עולה 7 שקלים, עכשיו 9 שקלים. כמה דברים ששמתי לב שפה קצת פתאום נהיה עוד 2 שקלים, פה עוד 2.5. הכל נהיה יותר יקר.
כן, תקר פה. תקר.
מה זה?
אנשים
ממש.
מטורף. קפה וזה הכל.
רגע, זה שאני אתה יודע, כשאתה נגיד לא רואה מישהו הרבה זמן ואתה יכול לזהות אם הוא השמין או לא השמין כזה, אבל אם אתה רואה אותו כל יום אתה לא רואה את זה, אז כזה. אני עולה אחרי חודשיים, אני אומר פאק. אני חושב יקר.
לא, זה מטורף.
אני אביא איתי לגרמניה, כל השתייה. אין, אבל כל החרא, אני עדיין אוהב את ישראל מאוד. אין עיר, ארץ מהממת ואני חולה על תל אביב.
I'm just working on my masterpiece. It's going to be more famous than Picasso's Guernica. Why is that funny?
Because I don't have it. I've been working. You're a really good artist. You know that.
Okay, here's the Black Rabbi.
See, the irony about coexistence is there's only existence, and that is coexistence. However, many people live outside of existence, and thus you have delusional projection, and thus you have propaganda, misinformation, hate speech, negative speech. You have people who are out of alignment with reality.
You mean that this art is better than Guernica? Like, seriously, like, what did Picasso do but be an absolute narcissist? That's what you gotta do to make it in this fucking world. Like, Damien Hirst, like, oh, there's a spot in heaven next to Picasso and Dali. You know, there you go. $20 million project sold, left, right. There you go.
Well, you got to give it to the black rabbi. You know, it's like warping reality around your existence. You know, in many ways, it is art. You know, it's performative art.
Did I capture his essence at all? Should I do anything different?
No, I think the crayon, you know, type of sketch there is just what you're looking for.
The other ones might be a bit racist. Not on purpose. Like, I hope not.
I have a dream to talk to a properly that is not a complete idiot. Like it's like even half an idiot, I will be happy. If anyone knows of someone that is properly that is not like a complete idiot on Clubhouse, please let me know. Thank you.
Another reason why there will never be coexistence is because people are chatterboxes, and thus, if you want to have peace, people have to be at home and do nothing and stop being hyper political and militaristic and terroristic or any other type of activity. They have to essentially go within to stop all the external activity, and that includes all the never-ending chatter. It's the song that never ends. Thus, people on both sides will never have coexistence because they're addicted to a song called the song that never ends, which is constantly saying, go and act and do things, as opposed to cessation of hostilities and peace. It's
Do you know the song
never
Both
ending.
Sides Now?
No, I don't know.
Both Sides Now. Oh, well, it's about looking at... It's about looking at love from both sides. It's like Joni Mitchell or one of those folk artists from the 70s. It's called Both Sides Now. Neil Diamond does a cover of it. It's pretty good. I like that song, but it just talks about looking at like things from different sides and stuff.
Well, the both sides narrative is part of the problem. Yes, Hamas are terrorists, but the idea for terrorists too. Yes, they took hostages, but Israel took hostages too. Like I see many like pro-parties that are using this both sides thing in order to justify and to infer things. I don't think that we are both sides of the same coin.
See, the pro-Pali people are not just interested in Israel. They're interested in a larger global political movement, which isn't necessarily reform. I mean, it's based on, I don't know if it's anarchy, but they look pretty anarchistic. They look very morbid and death-like. It looks like a death cult.
I mean, isn't life part of living is dying? I just don't know what dying will be like, but we all must face it one day.
Facebook.
What?
I just found this picture on Facebook. I thought you'd appreciate it.
Oh, she's smoking it. Is she smoking a joint? Yeah, she's smoking a joint, right?
Yeah, just like either a joint or a cigarette. You got your EBT, you got your like food stamps card, and your Nissan key.
I saw a girl at the grocery store who looked just like that, and she checked out and she paid with EBT, and then she was like walking out, and the cashier's like, "Ma'am, you still owe $11. Your EBT card didn't cover the whole bill." She's like, "What the fuck?"
With the fake eyelashes and hair extensions, you know. It's perfect. It's perfect. I'm definitely gonna. I mean, I feel this is a good trolling tool in the arsenal. You know, to troll on Clubhouse with. I think this is like your goal. I might just make the rounds on the rooms with this profile pic.
It's honestly like the funniest. I think it's the funniest thing about Clownhouse is, you know, I had a domain name called blackpeoplepodcast.com or blackpodcast.com, and then somebody bought it from me because I think they saw the value, but I don't even know if they did anything with it. Because you can come here and record African American Black conversations all day long, and, you know, every convo has their high points, but that woman takes the rooms to like the highest level, you know? It's crazy.
Oh yeah, I mean, holy shit. I mean, it was just
You couldn't last. I told you to go in there and try to give neurolinguistic programming positive dialectic, and you didn't do it. I was like, fuck. You got kicked quick. That's what I'm saying is it's like, this is like going to a beehive to make a deposit. Like, don't go in there and bring negative words. That is essentially a withdrawal. You need to go into the bank and bring them positive words. Otherwise, they're going to eject you.
I mean, what should I have said?
You should have gone in there and said, you know, I'm looking for love. Do you have any advice for me, ladies? And they'd be like, yeah, motherfucker. Like, I mean, it's just, the whole thing is insane, but like, try to be smart. This is like poker. You see what I'm saying? Like, how do you optimize the communication for the situation? It's the same thing.
I guess I'm just not a very good player of this game yet.
This is the real game. People in the casino are total suckers. They are paying to play slot machines. They are paying to play poker. They're crazy. And this app is essentially a free place for crazy people.
These are the crazy people that can't afford the casino.
I agree, but who's smarter? The person who's wasting money on this, or the person who comes here and does it for free?
I think it's more just a question of what they can afford. Because there are people that are equally stupid in casinos, for sure. They're just richer.
I don't know. When you play any game against the house, you're automatically retarded. But if you play poker and you're playing, you know, essentially against all those other players, like, that's the only environment where you could theoretically have an edge over the law of large numbers. I mean, it's, you know.
I also know how to card count too, so I can rock that as well. I
That's
just don't
cool.
like it as much. I like poker more.
No, poker's the best. Poker's the most fun game there is.
It is. The table is so good, dude. The people were so drunk. Actually, you want to hear the story of the night? Yeah, I'm gonna tell you the story of the night.
Go ahead.
There are obviously other professionals that frequent the casinos that I frequent, and over time you get to know who's a pro and who isn't. And one of the pros, she considers herself a pro, and I think that she's lost her edge. She started she started drinking again, at the table, and she wasn't playing well, and she was spewing off thousands of dollars, thousands, and I was just, I can't
tell this person, like, at the poker table, like, you're a losing player now. Like, you're playing. You're, like, a losing player. And I saw it. I saw it in real time. I could see, like, the dream of, like, being a poker professional. Like, slowly and actively drifting away from this person's life. And I don't know if she sees it yet. If she could see it. At what point she will see it.